Here comes Antonio Felix da Costa, slippery and sliding through the final corner, gets on the power and gets the race underway in Valencia.
We'll start with round 5, where Nick de Vries took the win. This was a difficult track to manage energy on. Not only did Nick de Vries do it well, he did it where so many others couldn't and fell to a much worse fate than himself.
Out across the line, the checkered flag falls. Nick de Vries wins for Mercedes EQ. Who else is going to finish with enough energy? Maybe Muller and Van Dorn.
Honestly, I'm happier than in Riyadh. Great day for us and very, very pleased.
It was a good day for Mercedes EQ all round because Stoffel Van Dorn also secured a podium. He secured pole position, but it was taken away. I mean, he started the race from the back of the grid, but he didn't let that get in the way of putting his head down and climbing up the order.
It's pretty incredible to be here, and we were saving energy, and it proved to be the right thing, especially on those last 2 laps after the safety car restart.
Round 5 was also pretty good for Nico Muller, who started quite far back down the order, but kept himself out of trouble and most importantly made it all count to get his first ever Formula E podium and the first one for quite a few years for the Dragon Penske Autosport team. So when talking about the end of round 5, I think it's important to clarify what happened in terms of the energy management. So if you watched the end of that race and you thought that Formula E car batteries can't last a race, then you're mistaken because it's usable energy, not battery capacity. Hence why there were penalties for drivers that over-consumed that usable energy.
The checker flag's not there. There's another lap. None of them have energy. This is an absolute catastrophe. All of the field, apart from Mercedes, have miscalculated the length of the race.
The energy management on this track, it's not any different to any other track. It's just more. Basically, when there's not many, when the minimum speeds are higher and there's less braking zones, we regenerate energy back into the battery when we brake. We brake less in this track. The straights are longer, so obviously one mistake will cost you a lot more. And yeah, so basically that margin of error is a lot smaller in this track. Yeah, it looks like it caught everyone out.
So moving on to round 6, which was Formula E's 75th race, it was polar opposite in far as the weather's concerned because in round 5 we had a dry morning and a wet afternoon, and in round 6 we had a wet morning and a dry afternoon, which really came to fruition in the qualifying groups. BMW rookie driver Jake Dennis had an immaculate day, topped the qualifying groups, pole position and led the race from start to finish. That's not an easy task, especially on a track like this that requires the amount of energy management that it does.
I am so happy. I am so happy. You might even have a beer.
Jake did an incredible job of putting himself at the front, dictating the pace, saving where he needed to, and keeping far more experienced drivers safely in his rearview mirrors.
100%, I'm still buzzing like an old fridge. Yeah, it's not easy to win a Formula E race, and to do it here in Valencia with such big tow effect, it's massive for me, and yeah, for the team, for the championship and everything.
Second in the race was Andre Lostra for Porsche. Not been the best season for him so far. Up until this race he scored 0 points, but he managed to keep his head down, save the energy and manage the race in the way that he needed to get his first podium of the season.
Yeah, the key to success today was being patient, manage the energy well, manage the tires, and yeah, have a good team that will put you in the right strategy from the beginning.
Completing the podium was Alex Lynn for Mahindra. Now, despite having raced in 3 different seasons with 3 different teams, he'd never found his way to the podium until today.
Yeah, no, cheers guys, honestly it's been so long until I finally got on a podium in Formula E. Feels like honestly a long time, and it feels really sweet.
But that's it from here in Valencia. Let us know what you thought of the race in the comments and we'll see you in Monaco.